Hello, my Buckeye Nation out there. Welcome to another segment of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel show. My friends, I'm Buckeye Vinny, and let's get into this video. Today's video is going to be about the showdown on December 31st between number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, perfect 13-0, coached by Kirby Smart, versus the number 4th ranked the Ohio State Buckeyes, coming in at 11-1, coached by Ryan Day. Now, my friends, when you stop and look at this, instantly, I read on Facebook, I read on YouTube, a lot of people are not giving the Buckeyes a chance. That's okay. They're entitled to their opinion. I remember in 2014 when we faced Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. We were 4th ranked at the time, and Bama was 1. Nobody gave us a chance. Remember that? But Urban Meyer and our 3rd-string quarterback at the time pulled it out to beat Bama 42-35 to go on to win the national championship by beating Oregon. Could this be a same scenario? Possibly. Let's take a look first at Georgia. You got the Georgia Bulldogs on offense. Very high potent offense. They average 39 points a game. Very stingy defense this 2022 season, only giving up 13 points a game. Now that really jumps out at me. They are led by star quarterback Stetson Bennett. 20 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. Threw for 3,425 yards, also rushed for 7 touchdowns. When I look at this team, okay, I look at a Georgia Bulldog team that, without a doubt, defending national champs, and they deserve it. This is a team that, on the ground, McIntosh, 709 yards, 10 touchdowns. Edwards, 683 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And Milton, very good productive running back, 531 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns. Receiving core, Bowers, 6 touchdown catches, and McConkey with 5. When I broke down Georgia, and I know the Buckeyes from time to time, they get a lot of negative reviews about how we didn't blow out teams that we should have. Okay. When I looked at Georgia and seen early in the season a Mid-American Conference team, not far from me, Kent State Golden Flashes, went into Georgia and battled those Bulldogs for at least 3 quarters. I give Kent all the credit in the world, Kent State. At one point, my friends out there, in case you didn't know, deep in the 2nd quarter, it was a 13-10 game. That's it. Georgia was leading 13-10. In the 3rd quarter, another point, Georgia was up 19-13. Far from a blowout, my friends. Now, Georgia went on to beat Kent, which they should have, 39-22, only 17 points. I watched Georgia and Kirby Smart take on Missouri, an average Missouri team. I believe Missouri finished 6-6. Missouri blew that game, my friends. Missouri had Georgia up at half, 16-6, only to go on to lose that game 26-22. And I watched the Georgia Bulldogs and Kentucky game get it on. And Georgia only beat a Kentucky team, which started off red hot, but finished the season a little cold. Only beat Kentucky 16-6. That was it. So when I stop and look at Georgia, I said to myself, this is a team that can be beaten, no doubt. The big reason why Missouri kept that game close, they pressured Bennett the whole game. Now, if you get Bennett off his game, you can beat this Georgia Bulldog team. If you could stop the run, get Bennett off his game, Make sure that the Buckeyes pack it in because Bennett is a very good rushing quarterback. 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. If you could pack it in, make sure that Bennett does not get out of the pocket where then he can become a very dangerous runner, you have a chance to beat the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's stop and look at the Buckeyes offense. C.J. Stroud, 37 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions. This is in 12 games. Passed for 3,340 yards. Completed 67% of his passes. Not bad. We are led by Mayan Williams on the ground, the workhorse all year. 817 yards rushing. But remember, he's been injured off and on this year. 13 rushing touchdowns. Trevion Henderson, 571 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns. Same scenario, injured off and on during the season. And Dallin Hayden, 510 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. And I got to tell you, Hayden did a superb job coming off the bench. And we all remember Hayden getting that starting nod against Maryland where he rushed the ball very well. And actually probably won the game for the Buckeyes, if you ask me. Did a tremendous job. The key points for me for the Buckeyes to pull off this upset, number one, going to say it again, the O-line better come to play. We average 6'6", 300 pounds. We need to match up against the Georgia's D-line. I believe we can. But I'm just going to tell you right now, for the Buckeyes faithful out there, me included, the O-line needs to play physical this whole game, or else we will not have a chance. They need to protect C.J. Stroud. We all know C.J. is not a running quarterback like Stetson Bennett is, so we need to protect him and buy him time in the pocket. If we can do that, and the O-line can open up holes, we could be successful. The way it looks, DeMonte Traynham, who played superb against the Michigan Wolverines, came off the bench, started that game, did a phenomenal job. He had something like 14 carries for 83 yards. We are going to need his talent and physicality against the physical defense of Georgia. Like I said, there's a reason why Georgia is back ranked number 1 again, my friends. This is a very, very physical ball club, a very well-coached football team. And our D-line needs to come to play, which I believe they will. Tommy Eichenberg, phenomenal job. Zach Harrison, phenomenal job for the most part of the season. They really have. Very impressed with those two. The big question mark for me, and I'm sure Jim Knowles will get this situated, or he better, is going to be our secondary and our safeties. Can they guard the receivers and tight end of Bowers and McConkey? I believe that the Buckeyes, for the most part, will shut down Georgia's running attack, which then would leave Stetson Bennett to have to air it out to those 2 tremendous wide receivers. Edwards and McIntosh are very good coming out of the backfield to catch passes. But again, when I watched Missouri, an average Missouri ball club, take Georgia down to the final seconds in that game, and remember, blew a lead in the third quarter, the big reason why they had a chance to knock off Georgia was because they put pressure on Bennett the whole game. This is what the Buckeyes must do. Do I believe the Buckeyes can do it? Absolutely. I would like to see more blitzing on the part of the Buckeyes. I would like to see Still Chambers, who's had a very good season all year, bring it on defense, which I believe he will. Let's not forget Hickman. He's played very well for the Buckeyes. So, my friends, the sky's the limit. But again, this video is about, do you think the Buckeyes can beat Georgia? Now, I'm not going to give this Joe Namath prediction. Okay? But I will say this. I believe the Buckeyes will have what it takes to knock off the number 1 seed Georgia Bulldogs. I truly do. You know, in a game like this, I've been reading on Facebook that the players better be hyped up. You know what? If you're not hyped up for a game like this, you might as well not even get on the plane and fly out to Atlanta, Georgia. This is all I'm trying to say. We're talking about young athletes, okay? It's a gimme they should be hyped up. That's not the focus here. The focus is going out and playing physical football, matching blow for blow against the number 1 seeded team in the country. How much more do you have to be psyched up to play the Georgia Bulldogs? Do we need a big game out of C.J. Stroud? You betcha. Okay? Do we need a good, balanced running attack and not having C.J. throw 50 times a game? Yes, we do. And do we need our O-line to bring it and play very physical against Georgia's very tough D-line? Yes, we do. My friends, I'm telling you, again, the Buckeyes averaging 45 points a game. Georgia Bulldogs on defense only giving up 13 points a game. It's going to be the old-fashioned offense versus the defense. And we'll see how the Buckeyes will fare December 31st in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. My friends, I will say this. I believe the Buckeyes can hang with Georgia. And I'm just going to say this, and you heard it right here. You know, Ryan Day got to probably coach his best game that he's ever coached in his history of the head coach as the Buckeyes football coach. He needs to bring it. He needs to get a little creative. We shall see. Like always, my friends, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. I am gaining ever closer to 1,000 subscribers. But I can't do it without you. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And like always, comment down below. I want to read what you fans have to say about this video. Like always, peace out. God bless. Go Buckeyes. Bring it against Georgia December 31st. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.